What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Sports here, and I'm back with another video. And it's been a while. It's been over a month, I believe, since my last video, so this is long overdue, and I'm hoping the quality is good and the camera's in the right position because it's been moved around a little bit, and I'm hoping that the audio is still good because I haven't done this in a while. So hopefully everything's going good and we're gonna get into this video. And today the video is going to be on Austin Matthews versus Patrik Laine. Now, I want to make this video right at the beginning of the season, and I have touched on it a little bit because of the NHL draft video that I made, but I haven't really gone into detail about the players that they are, and this is a good time to do it because, you know, they've got some NHL games in, there's been some experience, there's been some memories and moments that we can talk about already. These guys are two special players, and I wanted to not necessarily have Austin Matthews versus Patrik Laine and this is gonna settle it all. It's, let's take a look at where they're at right now. Let's look at Austin Matthews, let's look at Patrik Laine, compare statistics, and look at what we can expect in the future. And yeah, let's get right into this video. So first off, I'm gonna take Patrik Laine, talk about him for a little bit, then we're gonna go into Austin Matthews, we're gonna do a comparison in a little bit, and yeah, so in 39 games played, Patrik Laine has 31 points, 12 goals and 19 assists. It's pretty impressive to start a season. He got off to a pretty good start. I mean, who can forget that game against the Leafs where he got the hat trick? Remember, on this channel I reviewed that game. That was ridiculous. I actually was a little bit fired up during that game, and I think you guys can remember if you watched that video. I was pretty upset with the fans chanting Laine's better. And, you know, you get worked up a little bit in the back and forth of Matthews versus Laine. And, you know, it all dates back to the NHL draft. Everybody didn't know if the Leafs were going to go after Laine, which, I mean, I think it was pretty sure that it was going to be Matthews. They've been looking for that big centerman to fill that centerman void that the Leafs have had for a while. But Laine has been showing why he's a great number 2 pick. And, you know, a lot of people argue that he could have gone number 1, but obviously this is good for the Leafs and it's good for the Jets. So Laine, like I said, is off to a great start to his NHL career. You know, he's got a bit of, not like a bad attitude, but he's got that, you know, I'm good and I know it type of attitude, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I like a little bit of swagger when it comes to a player. I want to see them, you know, be confident in their game. And Laine's got a wicked, just an absolutely wicked one-timer. He's got a great release. If you've been watching the games, he's actually a pretty decent physical presence. He's a big boy. He's kind of built like Ovechkin, really. And, you know, that's a huge compliment to him. I mean, coming from me, it might not mean a lot, but he kind of reminds me of Ovechkin, that swagger. You know, I think Ovi's a bit quicker, a bit more physical, but that could come down the line. And, oh my gosh, that could have been a come down the line, never mind. But yeah, Patrik Laine, he's just, like I said, he's big, he can shoot, that one-timer is lethal, and I'd really like to see that physical presence take another step because he is big. He can lay out some guys. That's something Austin Matthews probably doesn't have that Laine does have. He should learn from Ovechkin and start crushing some guys. Now, the thing is from what I've been watching, and I could be wrong, and I've been trying to look up line combinations because I don't want to mess this up, but I know for sure he's been playing with Scheifele and Ehlers. I think he's been playing with. I'm not sure if he's gotten any time with Little. I know that he's been hurt, but playing with Scheifele especially, and even Ehlers, I mean, he's not like fantastic, he's young too, but like Scheifele, that's a good, like, seasoned NHL veteran who knows what to do. I mean, he's not like crazy, like old, I guess you could say, but he's got the knowledge. He's a great hockey player. One of the most underrated hockey players in the world is Mark Scheifele. So that's a bit of an advantage for Patrik Laine, and some would argue that Winnipeg is a little bit farther than Toronto in a rebuild, I guess you could say, but right now it's kind of up in the air. When I'm posting this video, I'm not sure how many points Laine is going to have because, you know, sometimes, you know, my upload times aren't very good and computers have been crashing, but Laine, like I said, is currently at 31 points. That could change any given night. The guy is just a lethal scorer, and he's fun to watch. He really is. And like I said, he reminds me of Ovechkin. I would give him the slight advantage if in fact he does have more points at the end of the year. You have to look at the fact that he is playing with, you know, some NHLers that have some experience, but I'm not going to take anything away from the guy. He has won a couple games for his team, especially that game against the Leafs, and I've been impressed with him so far. So that's Patrik Laine. Next is Auston Matthews. Obviously, I'm not trying to play a huge bias here. I am a Leaf fan. I do think this was the right pick for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So far this season, he's been fantastic. In 3 less games played currently at the time of this video, Auston Matthews has 32 points, 20 goals, and 12 assists. I mean, it's nice to start your career with 4 NHL goals in 1 game in your first NHL game. That was absolutely ridiculous. And who can forget just a couple nights ago, Auston Matthews with the 2 goals at the Centennial Classic, I believe they called it. I'm not sure. I keep calling it the Winter Classic, but it's not. Scored 2 goals. The Leafs won in overtime in a game I was going to review, but it's just crazy. I mean, I was lost for words after the 4-1 lead and they almost blew it, but Auston Matthews has been excellent. He plays a two-way game that Laine doesn't have. I think Laine has the physical presence and Matthews has the two-way game better than Laine. Just a really quick skater, like I said, a good centerman. The thing is Babcock has been giving him more defensive zone face-offs, which is cool. He wasn't getting those opportunities early on. Opportunities, as you know, Mr. Babcock would say. Auston Matthews didn't score in 13 games this year, and that's something that I keep going back to. Like, yeah, he's played 3 less games than Laine, and he has more points. 1 more point or 2 more points, I believe it is. 1 more goal than him. Can you imagine in that 13 game span if he would have scored 4 or 5 more goals? Like, people would be looking at him like, we really underrated Auston Matthews, and people are already, you know, saying they underrated Auston Matthews, because you look at Laine, you see the score right away. Everybody thought Laine was just gonna, you know, light the lamp, probably win the Calder Trophy, and you know, it's crazy because Matthews is actually lighting the lamp more currently, and he had the opportunity to score more goals, but that 13 game stretch, he just couldn't find the back of the net. He is taking a lot of shots too. It's great to watch him as a Leaf fan. I can see that the future is now. We're playing better. I don't know if you can say playoffs yet, but Matthews has been a great leader already. Like, you know, the other day at the Centennial Classic, he looked at Martin and said, "You pumped me up, you got me going," and I scored that goal. It's good to see him taking a bit of a leadership role already in his young career. But what I like most about Matthews is he's very quiet. When he scores, he's not over the top. You know, he shows emotion sometimes, but it's like, you know, he scores and it's just the kind of, you know, point or, you know, the fist bump, whatever. Except for, I mean, a couple of the goals, you got to show emotion on your first NHL goal, whatever. But he's a true professional already, and I'm not saying Laine isn't, because, you know, the guy has, you know, he doesn't celebrate that much either. But I've watched more of Matthews, and I like that in his game. Another thing I've noticed about Matthews is, you know, the way he moves the puck. He is, like I've said with Laine's playing with NHLers, whereas Matthews, yeah, now they're NHLers, but Matthews has been playing with Brown and Hyman, and of course he plays with Nylander. You know, they're growing together, and like I said, I would give Laine a little bit of an advantage just because of that, but you know what, you can't really give him an advantage, because now you're seeing Connor Brown come into his own with a nice role that he's playing. He's playing so good. Nylander has been up and down this year, but he's playing really good, and of course Zach Hyman, Babcock loves him. Babcock loves Hyman and Brown. They're both playing great hockey. So Matthews has some good line mates, and that's cool because, you know, even Laine is fitting in with his line mates, so it's cool to see them both, you know, develop chemistry with their respective line mates. So now, like I said, I wanted to do a quick comparison. So where I would give the edge to Laine is in physicality and I would say his one-timer is probably a little bit better. We haven't seen Matthews take a lot of one-timers, but I would give Laine the, you know, the build, the strongness, the toughness. I would give him that. I'm not sure about the shot. I think it's pretty equal, the release. I would also say that Matthews has the advantage for the two-way game and the speed. So, you know what the thing is they're so equal when it comes to playing. Like, I'm not going to say one is like so much better than the other, but right now Matthews is showing that he can score just as much as Laine, whereas I thought Laine was going to be the pure goal scorer. So I'm not trying to be biased here, but they're both great players and I can't wait to watch them. Like I said, Laine is playing kind of like an Ovechkin style game, and hopefully he can be as physical as Ovi. And Matthews is playing a Crosby type of game, a good playmaker, but he can also score at the same time. And in no way am I saying that Laine and Matthews are as good as Crosby and Ovechkin, but in due time, you know, maybe they're going to show signs that they play like them, and who knows, maybe they will be as good as them one day. We never know with players in the NHL, but I like both of them. I like their game. I think Matthews is a bit more quiet, Laine is a bit more out there, but they're both great. Winnipeg got a great player, Toronto got a great player, and I can't wait to see the continued success for both of them. So I wanted to make this a quick video, but I guess it's probably pretty long. I always talk way more than I think I'm going to. So please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Matthews and Laine. Let's keep the, you know, Laine's better, Matthews' is better chance out of the comment section. But who do you think is better, I guess? Give me some points. Tell me if I'm wrong on some stuff. Let me know if I'm right on some stuff. But like the video, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, share it, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be very soon. See you later.